Once again, dear friends, good morning and welcome. It is just some highlights of this Veritatis gaudium. Let me just take you to a PowerPoint. So, in this PowerPoint, I want actually to study this document Veritatis gaudium. But before we come to Veritatis gaudium, I want you to know something about the Congregation of Catholic Education. The Congregation of Catholic Education has issued a document, a decree on the reform of ecclesiastical studies of philosophy. This document, issued in the year 2011, has radically changed the philosophy that we teach in every seminaries, ecclesiastical faculties, including JDV. We have been working quite a lot and restructuring our philosophy curriculum in view of this decree. Why I want to stress on this decree is actually in Veritatis Gaudium, they have taken practically everything from this decree as far as philosophy is concerned. So, first, some basic facts I want you by all means to know. One, just like the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, we have in Vatican a kind of structure, and Pope somehow is equivalent to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister's office and the papal office, they are all there. And their structure is there are ministries or ministers under the Prime Minister. You have Home Ministry, Defense Ministry, Human Resource, and all this kind of ministry. As for the Catholic Church, they have got different dicasteries. Dicasteries for priestly formation. And one of the most important dicastery for us is called the Congregation of Catholic Education. The Congregation of Catholic Education is similar to the Ministry of Education that we have in India. We have in India the central ministries and the state ministries. But in Vatican, you have only one ministry, and that ministry is called the Congregation of Catholic Education. So this could be comparable to UGC and also the Ministry of Education. UGC because it is they who give the syllabus. All of you have heard of this new educational policy that is going to change our educational system quite dramatically. So you have actually this new educational policy given by the Ministry of Education. Like that, in the year 2011, they issued a new document on the reform of philosophy. Then afterwards, after having implemented them in 2018, end of 2018, beginning of 2019, they came up with Veritatis Gaudium. Veritatis Gaudium deals not only with philosophy, but also with theology and other faculties like canon law and other kind of things. Now, this also I want you to know that this Congregation of Catholic Education is headed today by the Cardinal Giuseppe Versaldi. And we call him not minister. In India, we have the Minister of Education. We call him the prefect of the Congregation of Catholic Education. And from March 2015, we have the new prefect and JDV president through JDV vice chancellor. They are in close contact. We would be getting very often letters and recommendations from the Congregation of Catholic Education. We have also to send a report of what we in JDV have been doing to them. At the moment, according to one figure, this Congregation of Catholic Education is in charge of about 1,358 Catholic universities. So many Catholic universities, but all of them are not seminaries like ours. And of the 1,358 Catholic universities, 114 are run by the Jesuits, like that of JD. So this is the structure. So the 2011 document we are talking about is issued by the Congregation of Catholic Education, remember, by the then prefect. But the document that we are going to study, Gaudium, Veritatis Gaudium, that is actually issued by Pope Francis. Of course, Pope Francis gets the help of this dicastery, the Congregation of Catholic Education. Okay, so much for the relationship between the two. Now, I want you to go into the study of this document, 2011 document on reforms in the study of philosophy. I'll first see into the highlights of the document, then some proposal and the changes in JDB BPH. Remember, this came in 2011, so almost 9 years ago. And only some 3 years ago, we got everything finally settled. And the last one is Veritatis Gaudium, which follows from this document. Okay, this document has two parts. The first part is rather theoretical, it gives the framework. The second part would be the norms, the clear-cut norms. Now, we are not much bothered about the norms. The norms will say who could be professors or who could be lecturers in the faculty and how many members should be there and so on. For example, in a faculty of philosophy like ours, according to the norm, they should have 7 professors. We have currently 10 professors, so we are well ahead of them. But the important thing is norms we have to follow. But this is actually the vision. What philosophy is, the vision. So in this, we'll be focusing on these 4 points. The current situation of philosophy studies, the original vocation of philosophy and philosophers, then philosophical formation within the perspective of open reason. Here comes the reason. Then philosophical formation in ecclesiastical institutions of higher learning. JDB is one of them. Then current reforms in philosophical studies, ecclesiastical faculties of philosophy, philosophical formation in faculties of theology and seminaries. See, JDB is not a seminary. So, but that is also comes under the qualification of the teachers. Okay, given this, the current situation, the encyclical very clearly refers to, this document, this is not an encyclical, sorry. The 2011 is only a decree. It is a document. It refers to the encyclical Fides et Ratio, which Pope John Paul II issued in 1998. And this is what I want you to know. Philosophy is directly concerned with asking the question of life's meaning and sketching an answer to it. The meaning of our life, particularly in this pandemic situation. Can we sketch an answer or even many answers to it? And the document very clearly says, philosophizing is one of the noblest human tasks. Philosophizing is one of the noblest human tasks. We know poetry is beautiful, noble. Painting is much more noble. Scientific exploration and discovery of new insights is noble. The political dealings and managing a community is a noble task. But the document would say philosophy is also such or even more of a noble task. This I want you to know. Remember this. One of the noblest tasks of human being is to philosophy. And then the original vocation of philosophers, students like us, teachers like me. Philosophical trends have multiplied in the course of history. There are so many philosophers. So there is a kind of fragmentation, division, separation. There is a kind of, getting lost. Philosophy, modern philosophy has stressed human freedom. Yeah, we did it in the last course. The spontaneity of reason, the capacity to measure and dominate the universe. For this, cosmology is very important. And philosophy has got a role, a mediating role between language and culture. And that's also very crucial. A mediating role between language and culture. And to be aware of it is the original vocation, the call that is given to us as philosophers. So, any questions? What I want is, I will just